Welcome to Subramani. I'm getting some interesting emails, and let me tell you about one. He's not given his name. Let us call him Avid Investor, as he calls himself. I've been following a blog and YouTube for a while, and I thought I should ask you this. He's been inspired for investing for retirement. He's 47 years of age, works in Mumbai, and he works in a consulting firm. Wife is 41 years and a senior IT professional. Together we earn about 1.2 crores per annum pre-tax. So I'm assuming let's say a 30% tax, so about 30-40 lakhs gone, so about 75-80 lakhs per month. Now there would be many people who would be earning in that range, but they are definitely a small minority. But in Mumbai rather, these kind of salaries are not unheard of, and a lot of it could be paid off in terms of rent, society charges, etc. also, and lifestyle expenses. But this person seems to be a little different. He says he has a modest lifestyle and spends mostly on essentials. We have been investing in equity in the last few years, while most of our investments in the earlier years was in property and fixed income assets. We have a 15-year-old child, and our expenses are about 1.5 lakhs per month. Right? We have no outstanding loans or liabilities. And here is a detail of our assets. Now, if it is 1.5 lakhs per month, you also have to realize that it is with his age of 47. At 47, to know how much you will be spending at 60 is a little difficult, but let us double it twice. So 1.5 lakhs becomes 3 becomes 6. So 6 lakhs per month would be his expenses when he retires at, let's say, 60. Maybe he'll retire even earlier financially, but at 6 lakhs it means about 72 lakhs per annum would be his expenses. Now 30 times that is about 20 crores. Right, that is his requirement for retirement. Right, now how much does he have? He has a property which he has lent out, which is about 2.5 crores, a property in which he is living, so the price doesn't really matter. Equity investments worth 50 lakhs, which is ESOP. Other equity investments worth 85 lakhs. And he's got fixed income assets worth 4.2 crores of current value. He's got PPF of 45 lakhs, EPF and gratuity about 2 crores expected. I'm sure he has taken the value which will happen when he is 60, or maybe it will be 3 crores by the time he is 60. So total liquid assets, which means excluding property, he has about 8 crores. Now, is 8 crores sufficient? Our goals include international education for our child, and our retirement corpus till age 95. We are risk averse, hence our equity allocation has been limited. I have decided to quit my job and do not intend to have any income generating activity after that. So he's going to retire at 47, not at 60. Do you think I have enough? We have enough for both of us to retire now? I do not think you have enough for both of you to retire now, because at 1.5 lakhs you expect to have more than just 30 times. 30 times is okay only when you're 60. I do not think at 47 you should plan for 30 times. You should plan for something higher. And so if he plans for something higher, let's say he plans for 50 times, then how much is he spending per annum now is 18 lakhs, and 18 lakhs into 50 would be more like 9 crores. Does he have 9 crores? Yes, he has got 8 crores in liquid, and he's got 2.5 crores of current market price property let out, not the house in which he is living. Is this sufficient? Well, it will actually be touch and go. I know it might sound a little odd looking at these numbers, because most of the viewers could be earning much lesser. But he's got one expense of international education for his son. Last time I checked, it costs approximately 2 crores to get a decent degree, even an MBA, because MBA scholarships are very difficult to find, and the kid is only 15. So if he wants to do medicine in US, that cost could just triple, right? You'd be spending 5 crores. So I don't know what he's going to study, but assuming money from this has to be removed for the US education. Of course, he has got one asset, that he's got ESOPs vested in US, which has got a current market price of 50 lakhs. If that does well, then of course that can be used for paying for the education. Otherwise, that is one hole which I can see. He needs that. He has not spoken much about insurance. In fact, he has not spoken about insurance at all. So, avid investor, I do not know how much of insurance you have, so make sure that you have adequate medical insurance. I wouldn't be very comfortable, because if you were to live till 95 and your wife were to live till 100, you might find yourself short of some money. So I would still think one of you should be working. So if you have quit your job, that's okay, but maybe your wife should be working, because she's just 41. So maybe another 10 years she could work, and you could take a retirement. But it is also important to know that what are you going to do post retirement, because when we talk of 25 times, 30 times, we talk only of household expenses. We do not talk of your travel, we do not talk of your hobbies, we do not talk of your buying. We assume a normal car could be a Honda City or something like that. But if you want to buy a Ferrari, or I have no clue, you have not mentioned anything like that, though of course you have said you live a simple life. Do you think we have enough to retire? No, I think you will need a little more money. Does our current asset allocation support the decision? I do not know whether the current asset allocation supports the decision, because when you say you have assets in debt, let us assume for a minute that you have all your assets in bank fixed deposits, right, or bonds, right, assuming that, then it's very, very tax inefficient, because whatever interest you're getting on that, you're paying tax on it now. Whereas if you had money in say mutual funds, in the growth option, at least you will not pay tax for a few more years, after which if your income really falls, you can start withdrawing as a systematic withdrawal and pay lesser tax, because capital gains would be less than. So some of that tweaking from a tax point of view could be useful. And should we continue to earn longer? I do not know what you're going to do with your time. I'm not worried so much from the money point of view, I'm worried from the time point of view. When you also say that you have got 4.2 crores at current value in fixed income assets and you're a conservative investor, I'm making an assumption that would be government bonds or bank fixed deposits. So that is something little bit of a worry, that currently at least it's nowhere near giving you good returns. So this has to be there for the next 50 years. Remember, you're just 47 and you expect to live till 95. We're talking of another 50 years. So yes, you have to swing a little more towards good quality equity. And good quality equity, I'm pretty comfortable at your age to be just in index funds also. But yes, some equity is something which you will need. So change in your investment strategy, yes, get more tax efficient. Should we be more aggressive with equity, depending on your lifestyle and depending on your ability to take risk. Does your current asset allocation support the decision of an early retirement? No, I would want a more aggressive return, because planning for 50 years sounds ridiculous, because 2 years ago we had not even heard the word COVID, right? So to plan 50 years, yes, it's just to make a strategy and all that, but the tactics change on a year-to-year basis. So that is a little worrisome. So yes, you will continue to live, there is not a problem, but it won't be very comfortable, because if something were to go wrong, you don't have money to fall back on. So I would add at least another 2-3 crores of equity assets before I try to call it a day. Thank you.